Namaste, I'm Astrologer Divyashree. Hello friends. I will be talking about the effects of planets in the 7th house of a birth chart. Every planet, when it is present in a particular house, has its own effect. The first house in the horoscope is the self. We call it Tanubhava. It says a lot about what you are, who you are. There are 12 houses in the horoscopes, we know that. So the first house talks about who you are. The second house says how your family life will be. The third house says your relationship in the society and your siblings basically. And the fourth house talks about your immobile assets and properties. The fifth house talks about your creativity and progeny, children. The sixth house talks about enemies you will have in life. The 7th house talks about married life and relationships. The 8th house talks about the end of life, the kind of trauma that you may go through, and diseases. The 9th house talks about the kind of fortune you're born with. The 10th house talks about the profession. 11th house talks about friends, groups, and wish fulfillment, financial gains. And the 12th house talks about losses in life in general. So, we said the 7th house is going to talk about the kind of marriage that we will have. 7th house is called the Kalatrasthana, the house of the spouse. Now, Saturn in 7th house, Shani in 7th. Saturn is the slowest planet of the zodiac. He takes the maximum time to go around the sun once. 2.5 years in one sign. So he is a very slow planet. So if you have Saturn in your 7th house, be prepared for a very slow decision taking person as your partner. You have to have immense patience. But these decisions which are taken are very sturdy, so you have the stability. Saturn gives you the stability like no other planet. Extremely stable. Your marriage will never break unless you get tired of waiting and you break it yourself. Because the other person is not even thinking on those lines. He is not even actually thinking on the lines as you're thinking. It's like you have asked your spouse something and the person has said, okay, yeah, let's do it. Give me some 3 months. The 3 months means like 9 months for him or her. So you are sitting there waiting for 3 months, counting every day, but that person does not even take that into his head because he has put it away. According to the person, he or she has given you the timeline. It just means you need to wait. Let's do it after 3 months just means you need to wait. So if you wait for 3 months, then go back and ask, oh, that I had forgotten, give me 3 more months. This goes on. Sometimes it seems endless and it becomes very difficult to convince your partner that this particular thing is necessary for you. So a lengthy discussion without actually the discussion going anywhere. This can be a very common scenario with Saturn in 7th, be it a man or a woman. So if this gets you frustrated, then there can be differences in marriage and marriages can be torn apart. So this is Saturn in 7th, an extremely stable marriage but very much delayed in giving all the wish fulfillment.